How many of you remember this beat in high five? You know the Yorubas call it abara. Abara is a kind of slap that corrects all your medulla oblongata, giving you the scientific definition of behavioral pattern. It will change your orientation. You know how to behave without anybody telling you what to do. But my mom's kind of abara is very unique. My mom will put your head in between her lap, use it to hold it, and use her leg to hold your leg, and then your back will be so all right and very suitable for that abara. And then my mom will just give you only one. If you take two, you will end up at the hospital. One, just one. No! You know when they give you that one, they release you to the zoo. It's as if they removed you from the zoo and released you to the wild. They just give you one. Once they give you one and they release you, you don't shout immediately. The first thing you do is to run. When you run to that point, you come back to the beginning. And that time they just give you, you just. Then you come back to the starting point. And when you get to the starting point, you do something, you jump. After jumping, you try to touch it. How many of you remember? And then your mouth opens gradually. And then the cry doesn't come out immediately. You boot like a Pentium 1 computer. That is the time your neighbors will ask, Adam was not just sitting idle. He was busy working, doing the work of God. And God thought to himself, it is not good for this man to be alone. And you know, during the creation, everything they say God created was good until God got to that point. You don't understand. Maybe I need to tell you where I met my wife. I went to the church to perform. That was my first, the month that I decided that I was going to become a professional comedian was the month I met my wife. I went to that church to perform, and I saw this lady. I was just smiling, you know. She was so engrossed in what was happening, and she did not know that somebody was seeing. And you know, like Pastor said, you know there is poverty. I was coming from a very poor background. One relay boy that used to sell recharge card that just ventured into comedy. So when I saw her, the church was in Surulere, so I had low self-esteem. But do you know what I had that worked for me? I had my job. You don't understand. I had my job. And when I went on stage to do my job, when I finished, I was walking out of the church. I didn't even have the mind to go and say hello to her. I remember when I was in secondary school, I was seeing one lady. Everybody asked, I like this girl. Told my friend, I'll go and say hello to her. One day I was just say, excuse me. You know those ladies that are harsh. Excuse me. What? Why you? I say, excuse me, make a pass. Only you get road. Excuse me, make a pass. But this time around, I didn't even have that confidence to go and say hello to her. So I just stood. I wanted to take a taxi. I just stood. And this same lady walked up to me. Me that I had low self-esteem about seeing her. And she walked up to me and she said, that was a great performance. I love your confidence on stage. Oh my God. You don't understand what we are talking about. You love my confidence on stage. Immediately, low self-esteem disappeared. I collected number.